What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Oh wow, okay, we haven't come back to these guys in a while. We're going back to Asterism. Yes, indeed. Asterism fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to do all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity boobity bob, do me a favor. Before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Ruben Rial, and it was also the winner of the Patreon request prioritization poll, winning with, check this out, 39% of the vote and a coin flip. Yes, we were tied, dead tie, 39% each. I believe they were tied with Flyleaf. It's been a little while, but I believe they were tied with Flyleaf. And I had to flip the coin, and the coin landed up, and it was for Asterism. So there it is. Folks, your voice, your vote does matter. It really does. I mean, one more vote to either band, we probably would have had a tie at all. It was number 440 in the queue. It goes straight up to number 1, and it is Asterism with Maki Oyama, and they're doing a song. It's a cover from the band Loudness. It's a Loudness song called In the Mirror. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. And to be honest with you, I don't even think I've even heard the original before. It doesn't ring a bell. It doesn't strike any chords with me. So I'm pretty sure I haven't even heard the original either. So this is going to be treated like a fresh reaction, guys. As far as I know, I've never heard the song. Now, look, there's always a possibility that I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So it's always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I recognize this, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This was posted by Takako, okay? And the video has 264,906 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Asterism. Not sure. In the Mirror, Loudness cover. 201904. Oh, okay. So, 2019, April 20th. I think. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
私たちの大好きな先輩のやばいナンバーで締めくくりたいと思います。準備よろしいですか?
Feels like a very small venue. Okay, number one, I can tell just from the sound quality, this is a small club. This is a small venue. Very small stage, very small PA. whoever's filming is right up at the front. And unfortunately, their phone, the microphone their phone is picking up, it sounds like it's picking up the guitar floor monitors, because the guitar is coming through louder than anything else. Louder than the vocals, louder than the bass, louder than even the drums. So unfortunately, we're having to deal with that. The sound quality is not the best. The mix is not the best. And that's because, like I said, I suspect the microphone for the camera is right over the guitar monitor. And I'm like 90% sure that's the case. From what I can hear, it does sound good. It sounds good. It sounds like everything's being done well. I'm not familiar with the original song, so I don't know how accurately they're playing it, but I don't hear anything that sounds bad. I don't hear anything that sounds out of key. I don't hear anything that sticks out like a sore thumb. So I can only make the assumption that they're doing a good job. So I'm gonna ride with that. Let's keep going. Let's see where this goes. Okay, so I saw the bass player doing some really cool looking things. I kind of heard it, but not clearly. Kind of wish I could have heard him a little more in the mix. But again, is that the band's fault? No, that's just unfortunate positioning of the camera and being right over the guitar monitor. I could hear him a little bit. It sounded good. It looked more impressive than it sounded, if I'm being honest. I mean, it sounded great, don't get me wrong, but what he was doing looked really impressive. The guitar solo, very clean, very well done. Sounded good, sounded clean, no issues whatsoever. If I'm being honest, I kind of feel like the vocalist is like an afterthought. I mean, it's going to be rude to hear, and I know it sounds rude. I'm not trying to make it sound rude. I swear I'm not. But like the vocalist being there, honestly, is not having one impact one way or another on this song for me. Number one, I don't hear her very well. I mean, I can hear her, but it's hard to hear her. Like, it's really hard to hear her. She is a complete afterthought to me. Her being in this is completely irrelevant. At least in my opinion, it is. I don't mean that, like I said, I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. It's just, she's a non-factor. I mean, I'm sorry, but she is. Mostly because I can't really hear her worth a damn. So, anyway, let's finish this out and we'll get to the review. Yeah. Yeah. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Asterism with Maki Oyama with a rendition of the Loudness song In the Mirror. This was a request from Ruben Riao, and it was also the winner of the Patreon request prioritization poll, winning with 39% of the vote and a coin flip, because unfortunately we had a tie and we had to leave it up to a coin flip. It was number 440 in the queue. It went right up to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. One more vote for either band, we probably wouldn't have had a tie, and we would not have had to do a coin flip. So please keep that in mind and vote. Okay, so I have a score here, and I really hope Asterism fans listen to what I have to say before they make the decision to jump on me, because the score is not the greatest score in the world, but it's not a terrible score. It's not a bad score even. It's actually up in the it's up in the positives. Just I think this might be the lowest score I think I've given Asterism. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is the lowest score I've given them. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give that a 7.8. Yep. 7.8. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay. Can we be real? Can we be honest with each other here? Okay. Out of all the things I've heard from Asterism, I think I can say with 100% certainty, and I'm sure most people will agree with me, out of the few reactions I've done to Asterism, this is probably the weakest one out of all of them I've done. Okay, now I've only done like 3 reactions or 4 reactions to Asterism. I think this is my 4th or 5th one. There's not a lot to go by, but I still have to compare it to the other things I've heard. I mean, the first couple things I've heard from them were absolutely amazing, mind-blowing. And if you look at this compared to what those other 2 were, can we honestly say that this was on that level? No, we can't. There's no way anybody with any knowledge of music is going to look at what they did here, look at what they did with their earlier stuff, like the earlier stuff I've done on the channel, and be able to say with 100% honesty that this holds up. This is on the same level. No, it's not. No, it's not. Let's be objective here for a little bit, okay? I know it's gonna be hard for some people, but let's be objective here, okay? First of all, it's a cover, all right? Now, I don't know how the original song goes. I've never heard this song before, so I don't know how accurate they were. I don't know if they put their own spin on it. I'm sure they did. I'm like positive they probably put their own spin on it. I'm willing to bet money on that. But I don't know, because I don't know for certainty, because I've never heard the original song, so I don't know exactly if there was or not. Maybe they played the song note for note, like the original. I don't know, okay? But what I will say is this. From what I could hear, it sounded like they did a really good job, okay? It does. I mean, I don't have any complaints from what they were doing musically, from a technical standpoint, what they were playing. Everything sounded fine. Guitar sounded great. Bass sounded great from what I could hear. Drums sounded great from what I could hear. Vocals, they sounded really good from what I could hear. Now here's the problem. A lot of this has to do with sound quality. Now, I'm not going to hold the sound quality or lack thereof against the band, because the band had absolutely nothing to do with it. The band didn't plan this video. This was a fan shot video. This was not a release. This was not recorded for a DVD. This is not an official posting on their channel. So I'm not going to sit here and blame the band for the poor sound quality. But unfortunately, it did affect the score because I couldn't hear everything clearly. I couldn't hear the drums clearly at all. I mean, the drums were kind of muffled, if I'm being honest with you. The bass I could hear at points, like when the guitar player wasn't playing chords. When the guitar player was playing notes, I could hear the bass come through a lot clearer. But the minute the guitar player went back to chords again, the bass got absolutely buried in the mix. And I couldn't hear a lot of the stuff he was doing. I could see him doing like the tapping and stuff, but I couldn't always hear it. And when I could hear it, it sounded great. I had no issue with it. The vocalists, if I'm being honest here, were a complete non-factor. The vocalist could have been on stage, could have not been on stage, could never have existed, and on all honesty, it would have had absolutely no impact on the song whatsoever. Why? Because I could barely hear her at all throughout the entire song. Other than at the very beginning when they were introducing the song and nobody was playing and she was speaking, I could hear her then. As soon as Asterism started playing, though, she got absolutely buried in the mix, and I felt bad for her as far as this video quality goes, but she really was a non-factor. So I hate to say it, I'm taking her completely out of the equation. Okay, just completely out. I'm not going to worry about her. And I'm going to focus completely on Asterism, on the guitar playing, the bass playing, and the drumming. And like I said, from what I could hear, it sounded really good. Okay, overall, like what they were doing, what they were playing, sounded great. If I'm being honest with you, it did sound great. But unfortunately, I couldn't always hear it. You know, and there were times where the drums got muffled. There were times I couldn't hear the bass at all. There were times bass was coming through, but it was very inconsistent. And unfortunately, I can't get a gauge on it. And if I can't get a gauge on it, I can't say if it was good or not. So I got to include that in the score, guys. I do. I mean, it's inconsistent in its sound quality. And I don't blame Asterism for that. It's not their fault. It's just the reality of the situation. And the situation is sound quality in this video wasn't the best. So that's unfortunate. I wish the sound quality had been better. But it's getting a 7.8 nonetheless. And I've seen them do far more impressive things than this. So let's be honest here and let's call a spade, okay? Let's be objective. If you look at this song compared to some of the other songs I've done for Asterism, can you honestly say that this holds up? Can you honestly say that this is on that same level? No, you can't. You just can't. And that's why I don't feel justified giving this a 9 or even an 8. But I do feel justified giving it a really good score of 7.8. Now, if you don't believe me, that's okay. I got a solution for you. Take a look down below in the video description. You'll very clearly find my scoring system chart down there, and you will see that 7.0 to 7.9 says what? What does it say? It says really good. This is actually getting a really high, really good. It's getting a 7.8. It's up there. So yeah, I feel good with that 7.8, and that's where we're going to stay. So 7.8, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.